Unpopular opinion. Right? Unpopular opinion. But truth. American pop music is dead. It's over. Now, before you just change the channel, before you shut me off, let me explain. K-pop took over a long time ago, starting with Psy, with his massive, massive hit, Gangnam Style. Right? Back in, I think it was 2011. And it just kept moving and kept moving and kept moving. You got Twice, you got BTS, you got Big Bang, you got IU, you got ITZY, you got Stray Kids, you got, I mean, you can go down the line, right? K-pop is just massive and it's worldwide. Now, why do I say that American music is dead? American music in general is dead, to be honest with you. But pop music especially. Now, is it completely dead? No. There are a handful of artists, and when I say a handful, I could name the handful literally on 5 fingers that are still selling out concerts and selling albums. And that's it, period. End of story. Why is that? K-pop took over because they got great messages in the music, uplifting messages. They're not selling sex. They're not selling, they're not jumping on stage in a bra and panties or their underwear. They don't care about that. They care about the music. But what about J-pop? And why has it never broken through? Well, that's what we're going to get into today. So let's get into it. Before we do, though, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're glad to have you. Glad to know you. My name is Steve. Everybody calls me Pops. And this is a PopzCast special, the J-pop breakthrough. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, all that, and let me know what we need to talk about next or what you want to see next. If there's something you want to see, you let me know down in the comments and we'll get to it as fast as we can. Now, let's get into everything. J-pop. J-pop never really broke through. Now, you had the rock and metal market in Japan is massive, right? It took over the rock and metal scene a long time ago, too, just like K-pop did with the pop scene. And that's just plain and simple fact, y'all. I mean, they're even calling 5 of the bands out of Japan the Big 5 now. And here's the thing. They're all female. They're all ladies. And they are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I did a special on that a while back. You can go look that up, or you can go look up the Big 5, and it'll show you who they are. Amazing bands. But what about the pop market? The pop market never really had the breakthrough until 2022. When this group that's on your screen right now, XG, broke the mold and really started opening up the J-pop market. Now, was there J-pop before that? Sure. Groups like Perfume and groups like that. Fantastic groups. They just couldn't break out of the borders of Japan for some reason. Now, anime helped with bringing some stuff in, right? But it still didn't transcend everything. And then this group happened. This group right there. XG. Now, XG calls themselves X-pop. Not J-pop. Not K-pop. They're a Japanese group of ladies trained in the K-pop system for a global audience. Okay? So you can't exactly say they're J-pop because they're not. They're X-pop. But they opened the door. They opened the door. And then groups like Nizu, Girls, Hana, started breaking the boundaries and have now expanded into the North American market, the Mexican market, the European market. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden the doors are open, right? And they're competing with K-pop. Now, what about American music, you say? Well, I'm not saying there's not any great artists in American music. The problem is America doesn't know what to do right now. Matter of fact, there's a couple of American companies, including one massive one, that just tried to buy out contracts on these ladies. Now, they told them, jump up a rope, but, yeah, tried to buy out the contracts because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to compete with them because they can't compete with them. Now, like I said, I don't want you to get me wrong. I can name, on this hand, I can name the artists that are still selling albums here and selling out concerts. Because most of them aren't. They're canceling concerts because they can't sell tickets. They can't sell albums. I was just, as a matter of fact, in Walmart the other day, and I was looking at the music section because I wanted to see how much an album was, a K-pop album that they had. I wanted to see how much it was, what have you. And I was looking through the American pop artist. The albums are still sitting there. And I asked one of the people in there, I said, look, do they refill this all the time? They said, no. These albums have been here for quite some time now. And they're full. They're not selling. Now, that's not a music store. That's Walmart. But still, in all, people aren't buying them. But now that Japan has broken through, what about everybody else? Because Hana, Girls, Nizu, they're selling albums. XG, they're selling albums. And they're selling out tours. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing where America really can't compete. For instance, XG is on tour right now, right? These ladies right here. They're on tour right now. Every stop they're making, they're sold completely out. Twice was just on tour. K-pop group. Just on tour. Just finished an 81-stop tour. Every single one of the shows was sold out. Stadium shows here in the U.S. sold out. As a matter of fact, they had to add extra nights for the ticket demand. And yet our artists can't sell tickets. It tells you a lot. Now, I'll explain at the end of the video here. But Japan has now finally broken through. Like I said, Hana, Girls 2, Nizu, XG. They've broken through into the market. Now they've just got to expand, right? They just got to bring things up. So they got to start touring and what have you. XG's already touring, right? Once they do, they're going to break through even bigger. And they're going to bring more with them, just like K-pop did. But And here comes the infomercial type of thing. But that's not all. We also have the Philippines with groups like SB19 and Beanie, who just sold out. I say sold out. Just helped sell tickets to Coachella this year and made history, the first Filipino pop group to play at Coachella. But wait, that's not all. We also have Indonesia in the mix with groups like Nona. Great group as well. Beanie, great group. SB19, great group. Right? And now, China is even getting in on the mix with a group called RED, or Red Aradiba. Red for short. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Great dancers, great vocalists, great rappers. And finally, now even Turkey is getting in on the mix. And if you haven't checked out this group, and you haven't checked out Red, or Nona, or SB19, or Beanie, Ana, Girls, Nizu. There's a group called Manifest out of Turkey. Fantastic. Great stuff. Great pop music, uplifting message again. Same thing, right? Good stuff. Lot of fun. So there's all kinds of pop music going on. Great pop music. Just not from here. Now, here's the thing that I get when I do these. Well, you're just putting down American music. No, that's the thing. I'm not just putting down American music. I'm driving home the message that if North America especially, does not change their views and the way they do things, they're never going to compete again in the music market. It just ain't going to happen, other than those handful of artists that I was talking about. I'm not going to name those artists right here, but you can figure out who they are because you can see their album sales, you can see their ticket sales. But I'm telling you, when I say handful, 4, 5, I can name them on one hand. And that's not good. It's not good at all. And that's just in the pop music market. That's not the rock, metal market. Now, we have some music here that is specifically American, right? Like bluegrass, for instance, like country music. It's American music, right? And it's always going to be here. Now, there'll be some hints of it in places. We've seen some hints of it in K-pop groups and what have you. You look at a group like M-Mix, they added some fiddle and stuff into a song. A group like Twice, one of the ladies did a song that was almost new country. We've got some mixes in there, but that's pretty much, American music for the most part. And that's where it's going to be. And that's fine. Zydeco here in Louisiana, where I am, that stuff is not really going anywhere. Okay. But pop, rock, metal, rap, rap, and I say again, rap. Guess what? These ladies right here, especially two of them right here in the front, right here and right here, they can rap. Like rap, serious rap. And there's many more. You know what I mean? Be on your toes, I'm telling you. And that's what they're not getting. Instead of trying to buy out contracts, why don't you try to compete? Won't you actually do something to compete, like write great music, like write great songs, like put on great shows, instead of trying to shut down people that are actually doing what music is supposed to do, which is entertain. Get rid of the crap on stage and do what you're supposed to do. I don't know. It's just just off the top of my head, I would say you'd sell more tickets. You'd sell more albums. You'd sell more merch. Just a thought. And that's the wrap up for today. But that's what it is. And truth is truth. And the truth hurts. American artists, American music companies, get yourselves together, because you're losing. And you're going to get snowed under if you don't wake up. Facts are facts. And that's all for today. Y'all have a great, great day and a fantastic weekend. Be sure to join us for more great music. We got a lot more coming up. This is Old Pops. We are out.